So hi everybody, welcome back to the one, the only knee-slapping K-pop podcast. Whoop-de-doo. It is your girl Maria, and I'm here with Kayla.
Hello.
And Sammy.
Hi, hi.
And apparently today, I'm guessing the K-drama plots. All of them.
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
you are.
Because I don't watch K-dramas as much.
No, you
Barely.
Especially the crazy ones we've seen.
True.
We see some really bizarre, wacky ones,
Yep.
which is fun.
Yes.
So we have, like-
we often talk about the crazy, wacky
do.
ones on here.
We do. We've got about we have 3 different rounds for this game and how it's gonna function.
And
Oh,
I think
boy.
they get progressively harder. I would
In a
say.
way. In a way.
In a way.
So
Oh,
the first
boy.
one, we're gonna show you a poster.
Okay.
And
The
you're gonna
poster-
just try to guess what is going on based off
What's
of the
going
poster.
on?
We're already jumping in. We're not even introing anything. We're just jumping in.
I mean, we kind of already introed it. It's a self-explanatory game.
Maria's
Maria,
guessing K-drama
use-
plots.
Maria, use your infinite creativity.
Me and my creativity, oh
Or-
boy.
Or read our minds.
Yes.
Oh boy.
It's one or the other.
Yes, yes.
And I'm excited
So
for
the first
both
one
of
is
those
you see
options.
the poster and you must guess the plot. Second round is
Yes.
we're gonna give you the title and then you're gonna guess the plot.
Oh boy.
But also that second round has a
It has a
bonus thing
secondary
we
of the you get the poster after
so
the title.
you will essentially have a plot, and then essentially we will then show you the poster, and you can adjust the plot after seeing the poster.
Yes.
How about that?
Okay.
The last round
And then
you
the
will see a
third round.
trailer.
The
Oh,
trailer will have
shit.
no
A
subtitles.
non-subtitled trailer.
You will just have
Shit.
images.
Yes.
You gotta pay attention. You gotta try to piece it together.
Yes,
Plot's being played out in front of you, Maria.
Or is it? Who's to
Or
say?
is it? Who knows?
God.
Alright.
And also to keep it Maria, you don't have to go into intricate plots. We just want a basic
Basic
description of what
plot.
you
Yeah,
think.
you don't have to give
What-
us a whole
every
storyline. Just
K-drama-
give us a vibe. General
every
vibe,
K-drama
yeah.
has like a central theme. It's like, for example, Descent of the Sun. Doctor, soldier, they fall in love. There's like added elements of like, action scenes and everything else. Something like that. We don't need to go into too much detail.
And then the main actor's
If you
divorced
wanna go
eventually.
into- Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
No.
But if you want to go into, if you want to add like random details and just, throw things out there, that's also fine.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just general, like, you just need general idea. We don't need
Okay.
to,
Yeah.
we don't
We don't
need a
need to
ton
go
of
into
details if you don't
detail.
want, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we get started with our
Trust me,
first
a
one?
lot of these
Alright.
plots very basic.
Also,
Don't overthink.
definitely this first round gonna be really difficult to listen to in a podcast form, so you might want to
Yeah.
go look at the YouTube
I will
video
say
for
though,
this.
the latest ones that we have for videos the videos appear on Spotify, by the way.
Yeah, I've made them video
Yeah.
episodes,
Look
so I
at
will make it a video
you.
episode.
But like, if you're listening to this while driving in your car,
Probably
bit
not the
difficult.
best episode for that, I will say.
Don't
Yeah.
pour mercy
Don't
on
do
us
that.
here, okay?
maybe watch it over lunch, not so
Yes.
much in the car.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All right.
All right.
To get
So
started,
shall-
here is our first
one.
poster.
Oh shit. Is that I feel like I know what this one is.
I think you do
We
know
kind
what it is.
we kind of gave this one to you as like a.
Alright,
a
Solhyun
starter
is a
round.
dom. Clearly the other dude's a sub. He got leashes. This is about weird kinky office romance.
Yes.
And
Yes.
well, that doesn't start off as romance, but they fuck around. Not necessarily literally, but in a figurative sense.
It
They fuck
actually
They fuck around and
out.
find out.
They look around and find out.
And then
The
they
unfortunate thing is that
eventually
they don't
fall in
find out.
love, but I hear that this is cringe. So yeah, but this is definitely Love and Leashes,
This
I
is
can tell.
indeed Love
Yeah,
and
this is
Leashes.
And
just
that is
most of the Love
Solhyun.
and
And
Leashes.
Solhyun did not realize in her career she'd be whipping someone's ass for a movie,
But
But
here's
here
the
we
thing
are.
with it: she isn't, and it's.
And the other guy's from
it's
UKISS,
not
right?
Sexy.
Yeah, I
Yes.
hate him. He sucks
He was in
as an
UKISS
actor.
for one hot second. He was in UKISS after everyone interesting in UKISS left UKISS.
Yeah.
Oi.
He was
But yeah,
a
this
last
is-
minute addition to UKISS.
This was a gimme, Maria. This was Love and Leashes.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
Love and Leashes.
I can tell.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
like,
I
that's
hate
Love
it.
and Leashes.
It's
Also,
absolutely
they
terrible.
fucked around.
'Cause
and
I
the
also-
unfortunate thing is that they didn't find out. They should have
Yes.
been fired.
Mhm.
Yeah, they should
They
have been
didn't have
fired.
sex at the office, but I hated it.
Yeah. All right, our next poster. Here we go.
Oh, sponsored by CJEM.
Yep.
What
Okay.
isn't sponsored by CJEM?
Oh wait, that's North Korea. And their Seoul.
We're easing
Is
you
this
into the
Crash
game,
Landing
Maria.
into you?
This is Crash Landing.
Crash Landing on you. And what
I'm
is
just
Crash
guessing the
Landing on
drama.
you about?
The only thing I know for sure is that some chick, whoever the fuck she is, somehow crash lands into North Korea. I don't know what the fuck she does.
I want you to.
But then she's
specifically-
found by a North Korean soldier, because
Yes.
that's clearly a soldier. And then I'm assuming it probably involves both of them getting out of North Korea
All right,
somehow and then
Maria,
going back to the
wait,
south.
This one's fun. This was now an exercise. That's the plot of the two people in the center of the poster.
Yeah.
You see that there's two people, one next to each of them.
Yeah.
I want you to guess now, who are they?
One's pining for the other. I think it's
Which
probably the
one? I
male
want you
dude
to-
pining
I
for a
want-
red chick, and then the other one's probably
No,
a
but
bitch.
those two are the main. Those two are the main characters. The other
two
two
in the
are
middle.
No, that's
the
what I'm
two on-
saying. The
Yeah,
other dude,
Okay.
that's not the
Oh,
soldier,
yes.
is pining for the red
Oh
chick.
yeah. Okay.
And then the other chick is probably some snobby, probably related. I imagine I could totally see her related to Kim Jong Un, because I feel like she's standing on the left side. She has to be North Korean. So like,
okay.
That's
probably
that is
is just a bitch.
essentially it. That's the main
That's
idea.
essentially in a way.
Yes.
The guy on again, she accidentally not paraglides into North Korea. That's how she gets there.
Yes.
It's very Wizard of Oz.
It is very Wizard
freak
of Oz,
tornado.
but this is North
She's now
Korea
in
now.
North Korea. It's only Oz is North Korea. So then she's met by the other one. The girl on the far left is his North Korean fiance in their arranged
there we
marriage.
go.
Yes.
And then the
Yeah.
guy on the right is the red lady's ex-boyfriend who, through a mirage of criminal activity, has to flee and essentially hide.
He's
from
hiding
the
in
mob.
North Korea.
Hide from both the mob and the cops
Wow.
in North Korea.
Yes.
And then they meet up again.
Yes.
So that's the plot of Crash Landing on You.
Yes, yes.
It's a
Fantastic.
lot.
How to avoid
Yeah.
crime? Flee to the one that's a more restrictive country. That clearly solves the
Honestly,
problem.
he might be one of my favorite characters in that show.
He's
was fun.
so fun and so interesting.
He's
a
so
great character.
fun. Love him.
All right. Next poster.
Well, I don't think it's the Money Heist show.
You don't have to guess the show. You just have to guess.
What is it about?
What do you
Oh,
think
it
it's
says
about?
Criminal Mind in Korean.
Yes, this is indeed Korean
Yes.
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
So if it's
Okay,
anything
do you know
similar
anything
to
about-
U.S. Criminal Minds, it's a bunch of somewhat quirky people who work at a crime department who solve horrific crimes that happen. In this case, throughout South Korea or throughout a city, probably.
And the thing with it is that it's not only kind of like Criminal Minds; it's a direct
It's a
adaptation of various Criminal
direct
Mind
adaptation of
episodes.
Criminal Minds.
Really?
Direct
What episodes do they
adaptations.
cover?
They cover the ones I remember for a fact. They cover the one where you remember the one where the family has been kidnapping kids for a while, and then they use the other kids to kidnap the kids.
Oh yeah.
That's one of them.
They cover that one. They cover the one where it's the one where the two parents are on death row and the mom is they've been on death row for years and they're like, well, you killed your son. The mom is like, I didn't kill my son. I sent him off. Whatever. That one. They cover that one.
There's also one where
They
it's
cover a
like
few
this
more.
guy kidnaps
And
three
They
girls
cover the Anthrax
in a
one.
leaves them in
Oh.
a basement.
They cover Anthrax. There's a couple more and I just forget, but those are the big ones I remember.
They do also cover the big main one where there's a serial killer who kills
Oh,
the
yeah.
main guy's wife while he's
Wife.
on a phone call with him, and
In episode 100 of Actual Criminal Minds,
that's episode
10
one of this
and
one.
yeah, episode 1
Yeah.
of this one.
Oof.
But it
Yeah.
is literally directly a direct adaptation.
And Lee Joon-gi plays Shamar Moore.
He is not trying to be Shamar Moore, but Shamar Moore's character is not the
Has
only
no
character that doesn't have a
equivalency.
1-for-1, and it is just
Yeah.
replaced by Lee Joon-gi, who is playing Lee Joon-gi
Essentially
roles. Yeah.
Shamar Moore.
Well, if it works, then it works.
Lee Joon-gi, Korean Shamar Moore.
Shamar Moore. Which, you know what? There are less true statements we have said.
Yes. It happens.
Oh, jeez.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Moving on.
Next poster.
Interesting. War in Life, something like that. Warren. Oh, is this Penthouse?
Yeah,
The
what's
the
season you
Penthouse?
hated.
The penthouse. No, this
No,
is just
all
generic.
all the
penthouse.
seasons of the Penthouse have the same poster. So
Oh,
just tell
there's
me, what is the
Eugene. I
plot of
see
the-
her.
Yeah, there's
What is the
Eugene.
plot of the Penthouse? Yep.
The Penthouse. Okay, so
What is the
my
plot of the
prediction. I feel like I've heard a little bit from you guys what happens, but basically, like,
We
there's
mainly
this
talked about
building
season
that's
3
called
of
the Penthouse, but it's not just one floor; it's a whole fucking building, and all these bitches live in here that are wealthy as shit. But of course, because they're wealthy, they're psychotic and they're jealous
Yes.
and there's secrets. So someone new comes in who just moved into this building. It's all like, wow, rich place, wow. And then they're all like, oh no, she's a threat to the fabric of our society. We gotta fuck some shit up, the other rich people say. So then they fuck shit up. They fuck around and get found out eventually. There you go.
Yes and
That's
no.
like yes
Sure.
and no.
Yes
Sure.
and no. There is a new person, but that new person is specifically coming in to destroy them.
Yes.
And the other thing is the main central conflict is that someone just yeeted a girl out of a
child
100-story building.
off the top of the building.
A child
nice.
off of a 100-story building. That's what the blood on the statue is.
Yes.
The child falls into that statue, and it's genuinely one of my favorite scenes of all time.
It's very bizarre.
It's so
Fantastic.
bizarre
How
and
old is
so
the child again?
Like
14?
Oh,
like
jeez.
15, 16 probably.
15,
Jeez.
16?
Whose kid is
probably?
it?
Well, no.
Well, that is
If she's
a
the
whole
twin
plot
of the other
point.
one, then it kind of fucks with the timeline of
The,
how old
they
she
gets
was.
the timeline gets fucked.
So, actually, in terms of in the first season, I believe she is 15, 16. What retroactively she would be with the timeline fuckery, I have no fucking idea.
there's a lot. There's a lot.
That's
going
actually
on.
a very good question, Maria. How
Yes.
old is she? I don't know. I can't
A
Whose child
teenager.
is she? Whose child is she?
Also,
who's to
oof.
say?
Who is to say? It's
Is
so
it found
much.
out or is it just
Yeah,
never?
yes, and then it kind of gets fucked with. No, the child that gets yeeted, we know who it is. It's everyone else's kids.
Yeah.
That's the
Everyone
problem.
else's kids is a problem.
Yeah, it's the woman in white right in the middle.
Her daughter.
Her daughter.
Interesting.
But you don't find that out until later on because it's a whole fuck around and find out.
Yes.
But yeah, this show goes off the fucking rails.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with.
I kind of love it.
It's kind of great until the
Well, they
third
all have
season.
big glasses of wine, so you know if they're holding big glasses of
They're
wine,
all
you know shit's gonna go
alcoholics, too.
down.
Alcohol.
They're all alcoholics too.
Yeah.
I also, interestingly, they're kind of not. So there's one central affair happening, Maria, especially in the first season. Can you guess it?
Well, it's obviously one of the men.
Usually, this is not. If it was gay, I'd tell you. Trust me.
It's definitely not gay. This is mainstream
It's
Korean
not a
television
gay.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Fair.
tell you, it's not gay if you want that much.
It's between
You
two
call him-
people on this
How about
poster.
this? It's between two people. You can call him. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not the couple on the right. You can get those out. We'll call them Lady in Red, Lady in White, Lady in Gold, and then there's the two guys.
Yeah. What
Left
about the
and
one
right.
that's a
We'll
cougar
call
on the
them.
ground?
I'll tell you, it's not her. I'll give you a hint. It's not her.
Does it
The
involve
main cast of this show is the three women in the middle and the two guys over there. That's the mainest cast, and the kids who are the most interesting part of the show, but
Yes,
obviously not
the
in
kids.
not in the poster. The kids are my favorite part of that show.
The kids are the most.
including the one that
Interesting.
got offed on the fucking statue?
Yes.
Yes.
Was the one who got offed on the statue a decent person or no?
Yes.
Yes. It's very tragic.
One of the
honestly.
only decent people
Tragic.
on this show, truly.
Of course they killed a
Tragic
decent
character.
person. Always.
Of course. Everyone else kind of sucks.
Great.
But there's one central affair.
Do we
There's-
go with, I feel like it has to be glasses dude and like gold chick.
Which,
That is it.
that is correct.
Ah.
The affair.
Gold chick is married to the other guy, and glasses dude is married to the woman in white.
Oh.
And then they're having an affair, and
course.
that's like one of the central conflicts of that season.
Of course.
Yes.
Also, do you know what the main contentious topic is on this show, Maria? There's a central
Besides
theme
someone
that-
pushing a kid off into a statue?
No. How do I describe it? It's not a sport. It's like an activity.
It's like an activity that
Is
the
it
kids
poker?
do.
No, but that like the kids do, the parents do, everyone is obsessed with. Do you know what it is in the Penthouse?
It's not sex, is it?
No.
No,
No,
the
no. It's
kids
like an
do. The
after-school
kids-
activity type
It's an
of
after
a thing.
it's after
Is it
school in school.
Flappy Bird?
No. It's
Poker?
something that like I'll just tell you, it's opera.
Opera.
It's opera singing.
Oh,
Yes.
fun.
All of the central conflict is around
Is
which
around
of these
opera
children
Can you tell me who
is
pushes
going
who
to
into
be the best career.
bird, bitch?
So in the end, you find out that it's kind of like the it's kind of like a Murder on the Orient Express situation. All of them kind of did it.
All of them
But
pushed
who
her off
actually does the
collectively.
But who
Pushing
actually did like physically
is
pushed her in
Eugene.
the end is Eugene.
Oh, Eugene, I knew you were the bitch the whole time.
But like she wasn't in like she was also like really drunk and it was a mistake and then
Yeah.
she like it was there's a lot leading up to it, but she is the one that physically yeets the kid.
Yes.
She eats the kid, but she apparently doesn't do it intentionally, is what you're saying.
No, she's like the least intentional person, but does she physically put the final blow in? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
A lot of things going on in
I
this
knew she
show.
was an evil. No, I'm kidding.
I love it.
Yeah, stand
It was-
first gen.
the
Let's
fir-
go.
The
First gen,
season's
pushing kids
so
off
good.
of ledges.
Yeah,
already.
and then she has to badly lip sync to opera in that show. It's wild.
She
Oh,
does.
jeez.
Moving on.
Moving on. Next poster.
Maria, I want you to try not to read the Hangul in this. I want you just to try to guess what we would show you. If you have to, you can read.
Oh,
the Hangul, it's fine.
that's the show Vida the song for.
What's it called?
Quadan.
And
Yes.
is it? Yeah, I
V
wanted
is
to
in
show
the
the not
show.
V poster. He's in it.
Yeah, he's obviously not in the poster. Okay. I feel like the center chick is like totally not from this universe. I get the vibe. Hardcore. Like she looks like I'm sorry, I know she's wearing Hangul, but like she don't look like she's from the
Hanbok?
universe. Like that face doesn't look like she's from the universe. So like she somehow yeeted herself into this universe
Yeeted
with all these
herself.
long-haired, beautiful fantasy men.
All right,
And
That
then
is
shenanigans
indeed
happen.
the plot of a K-drama.
that is indeed.
But
the
that is
plot
not
of a
this
different
K-drama.
Okay.
That is the plot.
That's the one of Scarlet Heart.
Scarlet Heart.
Okay.
Hwarang is just what it's a very basic story about a bunch of, I believe, former Zia boy, whose name I apparently am tongue twisted
Hyunsik.
today.
Mhm.
Hyunsik, thank you, my brain won't work, is the prince, but no one knows it because he's trying to be like, not in
Sneaky
disguise, but he
prince.
kind of just wants to be a warrior with his friends, and like it's about their lives. And she is like kind of not a doctor, but like a doctor apprentice in this world, and it's great. It's just very cute. It's a very basic story. In the end, V has a very tragic death scene. It was very sad.
Of course V dies. They had to kill him.
V dies.
Had
Well,
to
it's
kill him.
very similar to the Baekhyun death
Yeah, they
scene
kill
in Scarlet Heart,
Baekhyun
like,
in a
of course
really
you-
sad way in Scarlet
That's-
Heart.
Oh, wow.
Well, they kill V while he's trying to protect his brother that never paid attention to him because they're half brothers, and then
Well, of course.
he dies in his arms, and it was very sad.
Yeah.
Very similar thing to happen to Baekhyun. to be
Baekhyun,
honest.
very similar death, yeah.
Weird similarities between those two shows, huh?
Yep. Alright. Next poster. We're here with our friend Lee Joon-gi once again.
Again, once more. Also sponsored by CJ Ina.
Yes.
Well, there's handcuffs. So,
Handcuffs.
and it looks like a police station office interrogation kind of vibe area. So one of these people's def a cop, someone else is probably a criminal, or is like a rookie in the cop area. And so some shit goes down, these two meet and pass, and then they gotta solve some shit together. And like, save the day, all that jazz. That's the
No.
vibe.
That's very much not the plot.
Very much. So
Not
these
the
two are married.
Yes.
Well, they're married.
This is
The
the
woman
show,
is
this
a cop,
Flower of Evil.
But she's
This is
very
the
much
show's
a
Flower.
seasoned cop. She's not
She's
a rookie
seasoned
cop.
cop.
Yeah.
Lee Joon-gi, not a cop.
He does
Works with,
art. He does like metal art.
This is
Huh.
actually where they are. They're kind of in his art studio. more than they
Oh,
are
it's
in
an
the
art
police.
studio. Okay. Yeah, I see it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So she is on the hunt for like a serial killer. And then slowly we figure out that Lee Joon-gi is kind of a sociopath, but then like layer on top of layer he's not, and layer on top of layer he's actually
Because while she's searching for the serial killer, she comes to the realization that maybe her husband is the serial killer.
is the serial killer. Or maybe he's just an absolute sociopath. Also, mind you,
geez.
at all this point, they have an adorable child who loves her father. That kid is so cute.
No.
Want to give her.
So
the
did he
recognition
kill
she
them
deserves.
all?
No.
He's
He did not murder a single person. He does
that's
tie up
good.
a person in his
Would
basement.
you like the final stupid twist that ruined the show?
Oh yeah.
So the final stupid twist that ruined the show is Lee Joon-gi's character is apparently from a rich family that like is distant and mean. Turns out Lee Joon-gi is not actually their kid. Lee Joon-gi was like there at the scene of an accident when their actual psychopathic kid got into a coma, and thus he has been like being paid by them to be their kid, who is an absolute sociopath and then wakes up from his sociopath coma after being hidden in a closet.
I think
The
what
closet
happens is
actually,
that
like, goes
their sociopath kid was
Actually a
he was
serial killer.
he was I think on the way to bury a body after a murder.
Yeah.
Hits Lee Joon-gi with his
With
car.
his car.
They both get
But somehow-
injured. The mom tries to kill the sociopath kid, but then feels bad for him and hides him in a closet and keeps him there.
The thing with
In
the
a
closet
coma.
is it's not that like hiding in a closet. He's like fully attached to medical equipment. The closet like leads
They
to
keep
a
him in a
small
coma closet.
It's a
Oh,
we call it the
fun.
coma closet, but it's like a small room
Closet,
behind the closet.
hidden gateway that's from a closet that goes to a
hidden
room.
type
Yes.
situation. Like it's not like body on floor of closet. It's like it's actually a pretty
It's a
spacious
full-sized
room,
room.
surprisingly.
Yes.
For your coma sociopathic child, and they've been not paying, but like essentially like this is a mutually beneficial situation between them and Lee Joon-gi, who was also running from his past.
Yeah.
And like the fact that where he was, like his dad was a serial killer and everything else, so it's like a mutually beneficial situation.
Yes.
But like it's wild, man.
Wild show. An absolutely wild show.
Interesting.
And then absolutely we find out that Lee Joon-gi, no consequences. and
Lee
he's
Joon-gi
fine.
has not murdered a single person.
Never murdered a single. Neither does he have the desire to murder.
So the
a
other
real
psychotic kid
sociopath.
murdered people.
A lot
Yep,
of people.
and,
The
like,
timeline
also
is
Lee-
really fucked up with how that works. It doesn't make any sense, but you know.
And
Jeez.
also Lee Joon-gi, not the serial killer she's looking for.
Yes.
Well, that's
That's a
good.
different person entirely.
Yay,
yes,
it's
yes.
not my husband. Woo.
My husband
Whoa.
isn't a serial killer.
But like he did lie to me for years.
Yes,
and we
yes.
we don't talk about that.
It's fine. All right.
We can work that over therapy off camera.
Yep.
Yes. Next poster.
Okay,
What
this is giving
vibes are you
cutesy
getting here?
vibes. Okay, one of these bitches has to transform to a cat. If you're gonna write the logo of this show as a cat, one of them transforms to
And
a cat.
again, did the paws around? Also, those look more like dog paws than cat paws.
I
to
don't
me,
really
but,
know
like,
anymore.
That's just my own
Okay,
opinion.
but who do I guess is the cat?
You gotta guess one of them's a cat. Which one?
Who's a cat?
I
You
feel like
got
it
a
has to be the
50-50
guy.
right now.
I feel like the guy has to be the cat because he's not wearing socks. He's barefoot.
So that means he's a
That's the-
cat.
Okay.
That's my thought process.
Hey, Maria, do you recognize that guy at all?
Is that L?
It is L.
Yep,
Uh,
it is L.
He does turn into a cat.
I knew it because he has
Meow.
no socks.
This is Meow the secret boy.
Yeah, so he was probably originally a cat, somehow transforms to a human and falls in love with the chica, and shenanigans
The chica.
ensue. They
So
eventually
the
get
thing
together
is,
and he stays in human form.
he is her cat at the start
He's
of this
her
thing. Is that
actual-
Wow.
He is her cat, and then he finds out he can turn into a human, and he falls in love with her, and that's what
Because
happens.
that's totally fine.
Yep. Neither of us
totally-
have
Yay,
seen this show
Neither of us
Bestiality.
will ever watch
because
this
I
show,
mean,
let's
just
be honest.
listen to the plot of this show.
I hate it. I hate its plot.
But
I
I think
refuse.
it's so ridiculous that we
Again,
do talk
we-
about it a
we
lot.
have
I mean, it's
on
just
the
basically
record.
bestiality here.
We have it on the no. It's technically interspecies romance.
No,
Yes.
Jesus.
that is where it is defined,
And that is
honestly,
a genre
the
that
worst
me and
trope.
Sammy do not love.
Fair.
Hate it. The
On
thing
the
with
record.
interspecies romance is that includes shit like this, but also like vampires and
Yes.
aliens. So like it's very broad and like ghosts. It's very broad reaching, but I
Yes,
hate it.
Yes, I hate it so much.
And like maybe the worst one, robots. I hate it. I hate it. I
Robots.
hate it.
Terrible.
Robots are the worst one.
So you would hate Ex Machina then? That's a
Ex
movie.
Machina's a horror movie.
Well, it
It's not
involves
an
a robot,
interspecies
man.
romance.
but
It
it's
is
but it's not a
does-
romance
does
with the
someone-
robot.
Does someone like end up happily ever after with the robot? I've seen Ex Machina. No, they do not.
No.
If someone ends up happily ever after with a robot, I think that's a bad ending.
That's a bad ending overall for all parties involved in that. Our next one is the last poster, and then we get into
Of this
titles.
round.
Okay. So
This
it's
is
a
not Korean,
Japanese
this is-
show.
Yes.
I feel like there's an anime that reminds me of this. Like, it was at 5 seconds to something another or whatever.
5 centimeters per second.
Yeah, 5 centimeters per second. Is that what this is? Is this like a live
is
action
not.
version of that?
No,
Ah.
it is not.
I will tell you, it is an anime. it is a
It is
live
an
action of
it
an
is a
anime.
live action
It-
anime.
Oh
but,
shit!
like,
Is it one that I
doesn't-
would know?
Yes.
Yes. It also, that the thing with that is that it doesn't narrow it down because every anime I think gets a live action.
Yes.
Fair
Even
enough.
Ones that shouldn't.
Well,
It's a very famous one. I'll give it that.
oh god, which one
Not
is
the
it?
adaptation, but the anime itself is very
The
famous.
anime is not this.
Yeah, I figured.
I've
I'm
never-
like,
neither
oh,
of
which
us have ever seen
one?
this. Does it give it a hint if I tell you that Kayla and I have seen the anime? Both of us. Neither of us will ever or will ever watch this.
I don't know if it
that's
does,
super
but I
helpful.
guess the plot can involve. Well, clearly someone. Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh. Something's coming.
It's coming.
Shit.
The
What's it
revelation.
called? What's it called? It's an
Describe it,
anime
will
with a
help.
blonde girl that dies and plays a violin. I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is the
yeah,
anime.
Yo, which one is it? What's it called again?
Your Lion April.
Yeah, it's Your Lie in April. Damn it! I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Who else plays
The
a
poster
violin?
looks
That bitch.
identical to the Your Lion April poster
This
too.
is the Your Lie in April poster, but just with the real people.
But just made with like shitty cosplay
Yes,
essentially, which
yes.
is what the J drama adaptations of anime are.
Yeah,
Shitty cosplay.
exactly.
Yes, yes. We thought
Yeah,
this would be
Your
fun
Lie
to
in
throw it
April,
in
which
here
I
at
know
the
this is
end.
gonna end tragically. She's gonna fucking die. He's gonna probably be sad and shit and falls in love with her and moves on to being a student and shit. And yeah, sad shit. The
We
sad
thought it would be
hours.
fun
It
to
is
throw
very
in an
sad.
anime adaptation at the end just to see
Yeah.
if you would
And
recognize
Yeah, I
also,
couldn't
like,
tell because she's not fucking blonde. I was like,
the defining
ugh.
feature.
I'm like, who the fuck? What people in anime play a violin? Yeah, that's what gave it away. I was like, oh, that
The
one.
violin. Yeah, the violin is a very iconic.
And he plays the
thing.
piano, and he
He does.
hates it, and because of some tragic shit with his mom
because of
shit,
an
and
abusive
then
mother.
he falls back in love with it eventually because of her, and
Yep.
And it's very sad.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is Your Lion
Yes,
April.
yes.
yeah, sad shit.
All right. We're going to move on to the titles now. First we're going to give you just the title to see and then the poster afterwards.
Yeah.
So our first one is At a Distance Spring is Green.
Ooh.
Maria, what do you think a show called At a Distance, Spring is Green is about? If you want a little more guidance, like the easiest way to probably do this is like, what do you think like the age group of the characters is, and like
I
what do you
feel
think
like
the
they'd be
setting is?
older. Cause kind
Like
of
middle age, like young adult or like adult.
maybe adults. Like,
Okay,
I get the vibe that
middle-aged.
this is kind of like, you know, kind of like about perspectives. Like, at some point, a character in their life is just kind of like, you know, broadly in my life, that looks so great over there, but when you get up close, it's when you start to see the problems and the details. So I feel like that could be the case of this person, where they, like, whoever it is, there's something going on in their life that they want to make a change in their life, and then, like, they do, but, like, that change doesn't end up being, you know, as green as they thought it would be. That's the vibe I'm getting with
I
this
think
title.
I
Alright.
think show her the poster.
And this is the
Kayla.
poster.
Oh, it's young adults. God damn it.
Yeah.
College homies.
You want to change anything about anything other than the fact that, like, instead of adult, they're young adults? About your guess?
I'm gonna go with, then, if that's the coincidence, is At a Distance Spring is Green. So probably
Yes.
about college campus life, I'm thinking. Probably involves some romance amongst a couple people. Something tragic happens to someone, for sure. Someone probably dies or gets sick or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's dealing with that. I think that's what...
So, your first one was almost a little bit closer.
Really?
You know, so At a Distance Spring is Green is about... So the three people on the bottom
Yeah.
are your main cast. Really, it is Park Ji-hoon on the right, the blonde one, and the guy on the left.
Yeah.
That's like the main cast. And
Yeah.
what it's about is all three of them start college. Park Ji-hoon is this rich kid. We find out that was like traumatically abused by his family.
Yeah.
But like also his like domineering father is like traumatically abusive to all members of his family. And essentially he is trying to a lot of people look at him as this spoiled rich kid where he is actually like an extremely like lonely person that does use money to get people to like him because that's all he has.
Yeah, what else
It's actually
can you
very,
do?
very sad.
Yeah, you don't know.
And then at the end, it's just about like growing and changing and like viewing things from a different perspective. That is, you're kind of closer with your first one.
Mm-hmm.
Who does he fall in love with?
I don't know if it's like confirmed that they're like. I think he falls in love with the girl on the bottom more. I forget if they end the story together. Because, like, that relationship is really up and down, but I think they end up together.
Yeah, fair.
Or they end up thinking that they need some more time apart.
That's fair.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so our next title is You Raise Me Up.
Well, it's not like the song. I don't think.
We'll say it is not an adaptation of the song.
No.
I feel like this could be darker. I'm getting cult vibes. Real talk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't. That's probably not what it is, but I'm getting cult vibes. Like,
What do you think the main conflict is there?
someone
Just
stumbles
a
across a cult, but is not part of the cult. But
Okay.
you know, sees the cult's causing some problems.
So you think You Raise Me Up is like a cult saying from them?
Maybe, or like something that like I don't know if it's the cult saying it, but more so just like maybe some key characters that are just feel like, you know, it's like maybe a phrase that comes up multiple times possibly.
Okay.
But not as like
Alright.
a cult chant. But it's probably
I'd
not
like
that.
to see the
We're gonna
poster.
show you the poster.
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
gonna help you
curious.
at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. Not helpful.
That's a poster to You Raise Me Up.
Just a shrimp.
It is the shrimp.
Okay, so it's about shrimp fishing. From the deep depths of
Left
the
turn
ocean.
from cult. Left turn from cult.
So it's from the deep sea. Someone, you know, oh god, this reminds me of a YouTuber that made a
Can you
joke
even-
about Singapore social where they were like, something about some activity and that, like, it's like a fake reality. It definitely gives off fake reality show vibes. But like some like quote unquote rich socialites in Singapore or whatever, and like there's a thing where they're like attempting to fish for prawns. So this is what this vibe's giving me, like fishing for
Interesting.
prawns. But yeah, something tells me that there's a shrimp fisher boy that or girl, I don't know who, but that like works and does the shrimp fishing on the ocean, you know, and then that person falls in love with someone that's visiting near the ocean, and then they fall in love via the prawns and the shrimp and, you know, romance.
Shrimp,
party.
the
Shrimp
romance.
stereotypical
Shrimp
vehicle for love.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
Would you-
sexiest
Would
food,
you like
shrimp.
to know the plot of this?
yeah. Please tell me.
Because this is genuinely the funniest name for a K-drama
It's-
I've heard in a really long time.
It's a very fun pun.
So-
It's
God.
such a fun pun.
Oh,
So this
God.
is a rom-com, essentially about this guy in his 30s who has very low sex drive,
Of
who goes
course.
who goes to a urologist.
Oh, it's a dick pun.
Who is his
Yeah.
childhood first love, and then she has to help him fix his sex problems.
His problems.
I like how
Fix
they're using the
his dick
shrimp to
issues.
show off limp dick, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You raise
So it's
me up.
genuinely one of the funniest names for a show I've heard in a
Yeah.
really long time.
Have you seen this show, Kayla? Because I have not.
I've seen a couple episodes of it because I heard about like the description and I was like, this is so
Wow.
funny.
It is
And
very
I'm like,
funny.
I can't believe that they named this show
Yeah.
this.
God.
But yes, that is You Raise Me Up.
That is You Raise Me Up.
Our next one is just Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday!
I don't think it's happy.
And you don't think it's a birthday. I'm kidding.
No. No. I think it's some terrible shit that goes down. Like something super fucked up. Like maybe I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it happens on a birthday. Or not
Okay.
necessarily something super fucked up, but someone has some whack ass shenanigans that happen on their
Uh-huh.
birthday, and it deals with the fallout of that, or like in leading into their birthday.
Okay.
Like maybe it's like a spy thriller, and the
Hold
person's
on,
just
I
like,
think
fuck.
show her.
A spy
You're on a
thriller.
good track. Show
You
her
are on a
the
good track.
poster so she can like put characters together. What do you think's happening, Maria? You're on a track. Put characters in places.
God.
Who are these people? What's their relation?
Okay, well, those two on top are probably lovers. It's raining,
It is raining.
so okay. Well, some fucked up shit happens on a birthday. Maybe it's like a flood, and like,
All right.
or like some shit ass weather that happens, and then they're just
I-
trying to survive the flood or some weather that goes the fuck down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to guess whose birthday it is. There's 3 of them. It's one of those 3 people. Whose birthday is it?
I feel like it's gotta be one of the guys' birthdays.
Which one?
Well, probably the one that's the big hair.
The big hair? Okay.
Yeah.
You legitimately picked the only person whose birthday it is not.
Oh, of course.
So the other 2 share a birthday. So the girl and the boy are siblings.
Oh, the twins.
No,
Oh.
they're very apart in age.
Oh, okay.
So the girl dies by suicide the day that the boy is born. So it is both of their birthdays. So it is his birthday.
Oh.
It is his birthday. So he's born on the day she dies.
Okay.
By what is presumed suicide because the parents aren't home because they're obviously having a baby.
Of course.
And she's
of
like a
course.
teen.
Yeah.
And she's like a teen when this happens. And her and the other guy were lovers as teens.
Yeah.
So he never gets birthday presents because obviously it's the day of your sister's death. You don't get a birthday, sorry.
Yeah.
But so on his 17th birthday, he's allowed to essentially get a bigger room, which is like, okay, you can have your sister's old room 17 years later.
Yeah.
Then he meets her ghost.
Cool.
And then they have to like go through like her past and like, you know, no one's dealt with her death at all.
Of course
In
not.
the 17, no one's dealt with anything. So it's like, go to her old like boyfriend, go to her old friend, his parents. Everybody's got to finally fucking deal with it
Yeah.
and move on.
Mhm.
Not you move on in like a healthy way.
Yeah.
I don't know if the guy at the end even moves on because like he does see the ghost of his like it's a lot. I don't know if he fully moves on. But also at some point she possesses him. Like the girl possesses her brother and like you get weird things because like he's 17 and this guy's in his 30s but like possessed by his sister's it's a lot. It's a lot with that. That's the
Interesting.
problem. That's like the weird part.
Mm-hmm.
But that is happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's not a happy birthday.
Not a happy
No,
birthday.
it's not happy birthday.
You were correct in the fact that
But
it was
you
like
were like,
fucked up
you
shit
went
happens
straight
on a
for
birthday.
it's not a happy birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's usually not your literal birthday,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a literal birthday.
Yeah.
All right. Our next title is The Devil Judge.
All right. This is a judge that is here to fuck some shit up, but is not a devil in the physical sense. But it's just
It's a metaphorical devil.
yes, a metaphorical devil, but in the sense that I don't know about evil, but probably is a rebel compared to other Korean judges, and or someone that does some shady shit on the side besides being a judge.
Uh-huh.
As for what the shady shit is, if they do shady shit, that probably is what gets them into a clusterfuck of trouble. Maybe it's drugs, maybe it's something else related to law. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
This is not an incorrect vibe.
I guess put on
This
the poster.
is the poster.
Oh yeah. So
Does this add anything?
I'm
Does it
getting
change anything?
cybercrime vibes with the, you know.
Ooh, cybercrime.
Yeah, so there's probably something that or maybe he does some type of justice that makes him like almost like vigilante justice against cybercrime or something.
Mhm.
That he goes rogue, quote unquote, you know, to like take this whatever evil down. I could totally see that happening, honestly. For real.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the cybercrimes I think the poster actually hurt you because the cybercrimes didn't help.
But
So
it's
what-
kind of like that because this isn't like alternate reality Korea is more so why it's like that.
Oh.
What it is it's technically like it is present day Korea, just like alternate version.
Timeline Korea, yeah.
Not even alternate timeline, because mostly everything is the same except for this one specific thing, which is that in this new time they are trying this thing out where they are live streaming and fully live, like essentially doing a reality show with active court cases to just do open transparency with the public of like, this is what the judiciary system is. And it's like, it's not all crime, it is only this specific court with like 3 judges, and one of them is Ji-sung, who is the devil judge. The other one is, and one of the other ones is Jin-young, currently of GOT7.
Yeah.
GOT7 still together. So they're on the 3-judge panel for this live TV crime show. And what essentially is Ji-sung is the main judge, so he's like makes the final decision, and he is off the beaten path, a little bit of a rebel, does some unorthodox crime. For example, one of the ones I remember is that so there's a couple of them. One of them is that for a kid, like, his parents are extremely rich, and they keep getting him off because he does a lot of like drunk driving and all of that other stuff.
Oh, of
he
course.
like sentences him. He can't sentence him to jail because the family will, like, there's something there, they can't send him to jail. So he sentences him to like corporal punishment. He has to get like on TV whipped like 30 or 40 times. Another one is that for a sex crime, or someone ends up going to jail, what we find out is a sex crime, but again, because of bureaucracy and corruption, what they end up happening is that he's like, okay, you only have to go to jail for a year. But then he does this thing where they do like the giving hearts of everything else, our prison system's so full, he has to go to like a maximum security Texas prison for like some of the worst sex offenders in like the US, much less. So he's gonna get real bad in there.
American prison.
American prison, not Korean prison.
Oh.
And then also it gets into like deep-seated like corruption, the Korean government and all of that. It goes a little bit off of just this reality show about judges and everything.
Gotcha.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you were
It's
on
very
the right
fun.
path with vigilante
You're on the right path.
judge, yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Our next one is Cherry Blossoms After Winter.
Okay, well, winter is usually associated with death in literature, and cherry blossoms come in the springtime. So I guess the vibe from this is that literally it could be the winter time, but something tragically happened, and then, like, to someone, like, really tragic, probably someone died or some other horrible shit where they're alone in the world, you know? And then, but this person either finds a new purpose or runs into a group of people or a person in their lives, and then they start to find happiness. They start to get little planted seeds of cherry blossoms figuratively in their life, you know?
What genre do you think the show is then?
It has to be, I feel like it has to be a drama.
Do you think it's like an ensemble piece, or do you think it's like a romance, or what do you think about that?
I feel like it has to be like some romance shit.
Okay.
Some like drama romance shit. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Alright,
But
this
yeah.
is the poster.
Gay romance.
What do you think these two's dynamic is?
I definitely think there's sexual tension. There is sexual tension, honey.
Okay.
I am getting...
Who do you because you were kind of a thing on, who do you think is pining for whomst, and who do you think is the apparent one with the trauma?
Well, I think the piner has to be the dude out in the window. Like,
Okay.
looking out the window, and then the one with the trauma is this guy. Because he's
Outside
looking
of the
out.
caravan?
He's looking outside from the caravan into the distance. But the guy in the caravan, looking directly at him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
You're
the vibe I'm
kind of
getting.
right. Only the guy in the caravan has both.
Okay, so
He's
he also
both
has trauma.
pining and trauma.
And trauma.
He's
Okay.
both.
He's both.
So the guy in the caravan, his parents died when he was young, but
Oh.
like not like young. So he's taken in by the
Hence
family
why he
of the
lives in
guy
a caravan in the woods. Perfect.
No,
Okay.
he lives in the very fancy house of the guy in the green jacket. So they end up going to high school together, and essentially, boy in caravan is like very shy, not that much self-esteem, bullied, and the guy that is ostensibly, I don't want to call them brothers because they're not, but they do just live in the same house and are being taken care of by the same mother.
Yeah.
Essentially,
It's one of those situations.
it's one of those situations.
Gotcha.
So then they end up like, they never had a good relationship growing up. And then sort of as they grow older, they kind of come together, realize, and do fall in love. Yes.
Yeah, I knew it. Party.
You think I was gonna let you out of here without at least one?
I
I
Gay
was like,
one
there has to be a
gay.
gay romance. I'm like, oh, this is it.
Yep.
You gotta have at least one gay
At least
one.
one.
One that you like, apparently.
I do like this one. This actual one's actually very cute.
Mm.
I enjoy it. The only weird part is I'm like, are they like, what is the weird relationship dynamic?
Well,
here?
as long as the
Well,
other
they're
guy's
not
technically not
siblings.
adopted by the family, then he's
They
technically
weren't.
not
He just-
related.
they're not related at all, but they were raised together in a way.
I mean, yeah,
I
but
don't-
technically, legally, it's not
Yeah, no,
related.
legally, it's fine. It's just morally, I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yep. Next title is Shooting Stars.
It's not. It is shooting. Those two asterisks are O's. We'll give you that.
And that's how it's written.
This is how
That's
it's
how it is
stylized,
written.
Yes.
That's always how it is stylized.
Why do I get the feeling that there are some tits showing up in here?
What do you
What do
think
you mean
is
by
the?
that?
What do you mean by? Also, what do you think is the central? Like, you know how every drama has like what is its location? Like, this drama's about, an office. This drama's about a high school. Where are these people?
They are either at an observatory or they're in fucking space, bitch.
Space.
They're in
Space.
space.
Okay.
They're in space. And, don't think it's a horror film. I feel like this is some weird space romance is the vibe I'm getting here. I'm getting space romance. I'm getting, space romance where something happens to the ship or the planet they're on, and like there's a problem. They're gonna die if they don't get out of there, so they struggle and fight to survive, and then in the process, the people that are together fall in love, make out, and they eventually get back to Earth and live, and yip doo da day, That's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah.
This is the poster.
Okay, so not outer space then, I guess.
You were right that it is a pun on shooting. I
Yes.
just you got the wrong pun.
Wrong pun. So So I think it's clear this is more acting, because they're literally shooting the stars with a camera
Mm-hmm.
or taking pictures of them.
Yeah, again, you were right. Right on shooting is a pun. Wrong on which pun?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so I'm getting some acting thing happening here. I'm getting the vibe that the dude is the actor, the celebrity, and the other chica is someone who works in the industry. And through some mishaps, she ends up eventually caressing his fine hair, and then they fall in love. And then
I mean,
yeah,
you're mostly right.
yeah.
She's a PR manager for his agency.
There we go.
And the
Would you
shooting part is 100% a pun where you could also read it as shitting stars because
As shitting
the person
stars.
who she is managing is like an asshole and kind of
Yeah.
sucks and is causing problems all over the place.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And also, she inadvertently, because of her PRness, gets our main guy sent to Africa for like a couple months
Mm-hmm.
to do mission work.
Yes.
And that's the meat. That's the central conflict of like, you fucking did this to me.
Go to
Voice-
Africa.
You made me go to
Jesus.
Africa to do missionary
That is so
work
obscure.
against my will.
Yes.
How was I supposed to guess that fucking plot?
Yeah, with the poster it helps.
I do
Also,
not
I
see
don't-
anyone who looks like they're from Africa in the background.
Well,
Oh,
neither-
that's
I
really
mean,
not
that's
essential. That's done in the first episode.
Yeah.
That's not the central
That's more
plot.
so
I'm just
why
saying
he's
that's
why he's
why
such a
he's an
dick to her
asshole to
because
her.
he's mad that he got sent to Africa for mission work.
Oh. Yeah, that will do it, you know?
Yep. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Our next one.
And I also think he missed out on like a role because of it.
probably.
Let me be your knight.
Yes, yes.
Is it knight in the literal sense or knight in the metaphorical sense is the question?
Because I think that you kind of need this answer. It's knight in the metaphorical
Yes,
sense.
this is not
It's
like
not
a period
literal,
piece.
It's not a period
So it's
piece.
not a period piece. Okay.
Because I think it would send you in the worst direction
Yes.
if I like just let that hang.
Okay, I think this involves a man that's into some type of fighting sport. So, because he's into that fighting sport, he cares about protecting people, right? So then like it eventually finds this chica that he finna
Chica.
wanna protect, you know? Let me be your knight. Let me be that knight in shiny armor. But then eventually it turns around and she's all like, guess what? I'm gonna be your knight. Let me do the saving, bitch. And then, you know, bonding, fall in love, bada boom, bada boom.
Interesting.
Yay, romance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Here
I'm
is
so sorry,
the
Maria.
poster.
Oh, it's our music
so
artist.
sorry.
Jesus Christ. Well, the girl falls in love with someone in this band.
Yes.
But
Yes,
also, what the fuck are
correct.
the clothes on these people?
The clothes choices are very
the clothes-
interesting. I will
they're-
say.
They got the same stylist as K-pop the musical. Don't worry about it.
Do.
Oh, really? Actually?
No,
No.
but it looks like
Same
they do.
vibes.
Boy. Okay. So, let me be your knight. Okay. So, clearly, okay, I get the vibe that Homegirl is our main character who tries to make it into the music industry with her little ass ukulele, right? She deals with some shit. Ain't working out for her. And then lo and behold, she has a bunch of these random ass musician people, 3 of them with fucking guitars, one with a keyboard and one with a big ass, pretty sure it's a drum, but it looks like a giant ass tambourine from this angle. But they're just like, hey girl, hey, we see you want to make your music career. Come join us in our journey. We'll protect you. And then she falls in love with someone in this band. No idea who. But I don't think it's rainbow colored pants jacket dude. I don't think it's him.
You mean Ji-sung from 101?
Yeah.
From 101.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, that's the vibe I get. And they all make great, lovely music together while she falls in love with one of them.
So, the plot of this is, so this character has a
The girl.
twin sister who
Yep.
was adopted at birth and is a very
Ah.
famous doctor in America. And
She's
so,
like a very famous, specifically like sleep
doctor.
specialist.
so she has
Like
brought
top of her field.
this entertainment company that has this band is going to bring in that doctor because the main vocalist, like front man of this band, has like very
Played by
bad
the same
insomnia
fucker from-
sleepwalking problem.
Played by the same fucker from Love and Leashes,
Yes,
by the way.
same guy.
Oh, God.
Same little bitch,
And
baby.
so
Which one?
The guy in the blue jacket.
right next to her, yeah.
Oh,
with the
Jesus.
guitar.
Guitar,
Of
yeah,
course.
guitar.
that
Of
kid.
course. Ugh.
And so she, through a very series, just a series of weird events, she ends up taking her sister's place, even though she doesn't really want to.
Of course
and is
not.
pretending to be this doctor, trying to cure this guy's sleep problems while having no actual way to do that.
Like,
but
girl,
also
don't
just
you know you just
living
gotta
and
make out with
interacting
him
with
to
this
cause his sleep
K-pop band.
Oi.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know she has to make out with him to cause his sleep problems to go away? Don't you know that's how dramas work?
That's how
No,
that
I'm
works,
kidding.
exactly.
That's how that works.
Is that
Exactly. It's
actually
like
what
amnesia.
happens?
Well,
No.
he kisses her accidentally when he's in one of his sleepwalking
Oh,
things.
of
and
course.
That's the whole
That
problem.
doesn't solve.
course.
But that also doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah.
Of course it doesn't.
But also, she doesn't really solve his problem to begin with because
No.
she doesn't know.
She
she's
doesn't
not
know
an
what she's
actual
doing.
Sleep doctor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Next one is Kissable Lips.
Okay, people are making out.
What people? What kind of people?
Men.
Men.
Oh, so
I
you
think
it's one of the
men
gay
are
ones.
making out. Because knowing Sammy, she
Okay.
can't just sneak one.
Of course I can.
Boys love romance. She has to sneak multiple. So I think it's men. Either men making out or like some weird twisted love story where like the chick and the dude hate each other but secretly
Because they're
think they're
enemies
each
to lovers.
attractive, and then like they have a love-hate relationship, and then eventually they make out. Kind of like Coffee Prince, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the poster.
Oh, it's men.
It is men.
It is
Ah,
men.
fuck! I should have gone with that. Anyways, so yeah,
It is men. Would you like to?
he
guess
looks like
anything?
he's wearing pajamas though, and that's like throwing me off.
No, he's wearing a
Just a
button up.
shirt.
It's just a button up. That's not the weird thing about that man. Trust me.
Mm.
So that man is a vampire,
Ah, yeah, that will do it.
and essentially, he has to bite. I hate this show. It's garbage. But so essentially, this also I don't know why it's called Kissable Lips. I hate it. But this is about a vampire who must drink the blood of this other kid, and it's like I hate this show so much. It's unknown if this will kill him, because vampires in this version can drink blood without killing their victims. But like he then is like, well, I gotta drink this guy's blood or I'm gonna die. So like, let me get close to him, and then they get close and they fall in love, and then he's like, I can't drink your blood because there's a chance I'll kill you. And I'm like, chance is not 100%, and you're gonna die anyway, so might as well try it. And then he dies at the end.
Of course.
Okay.
I hated it. I had a bad time. I had a bad time.
That sounds like a waste of time, honestly.
It was a waste of. It was 8 11-minute episodes, and it was a waste of my time.
huge waste of time.
Huge waste. I will never get those minutes back.
Oh, jeez.
Moving on.
Or moving on. Our next one, favoritism of the gods.
I'm getting fantasy mythos here.
You're getting period piece?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
I'm getting period piece, but like one where people get like low-key, high-key superpowers. Because like favoritism of the gods gotta mean some form of luck or some form of like superpower, you know? So like someone, kind of like a poor person, gets some superpowers, right? So then like with that superpowers end up attracting attention from like other warlord people. And then like they have to use these new powers as a, you know, to save the planet, you know, as a favoritism of the god. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, so it's not a period piece. I knew it. All right. And it's Japanese from Hulu.
It is.
Ooh.
I just noticed that dog.
I love that dog.
Let's see.
That's a hint.
Actually,
that dog is amazing.
Based on the
that dog
outfit,
is incredible.
I'm getting interesting vibes here. Maybe that dude is the god.
Okay.
And then clearly there's these other children that are around in modern day.
What do you think the god does to these children?
I think the god... I get the vibe the god wants to either cause some chaos. Well, then again, there's a red thread there. Red string across, red thread of fate. Maybe wants to help them in their lives. Maybe they're all struggling with some hard shit and wants to, like, uplift the homies, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And, like, because they're all dealing with some shit in school, they all kind of, like, find a way to each other, help each other out kind of deal.
You're getting there. You're getting very close, but you're missing the biggest thing about this show.
What you're not going to get from the poster.
What you're not going to get from this poster. Okay, so, mind you, I will say this is my favorite Japanese drama I've ever seen.
Where'd you watch it?
It was so fun. The internet. I can't say.
Sammy.
I can't say.
Okay.
It's so funny. It's very funny. So, this god, right, he has this shrine. This dog is adorable. I love him. The dog is like a talking dog because it's like almost like a familiar to this god. He's so I love the dog. They're amazing.
So the dog speaks Japanese. Lovely.
The dog speaks generally. Like the dog is a disembodied voice in the ether, but is the talking dog. So what I'm going to talk about is like the main boy is the boy of the Scarf. I'm going to call him Scarf Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Scarf Boy has been going to this god for like. Apparently there's this thing in Japan where if you go and pray to a god for 100 days straight, the god will like grant you a wish.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
That sounds... So he does it for 100 days and then goes to confess to his crush. Surprise, I threw in another gay one. His crush is the boy on the bottom left.
Knew it.
And then he gets rejected. But then, because it's essentially, this is essentially a Japanese drama, he immediately then gets hit by a car.
Of course.
And then the god looks in favor upon him and is like, I can't let this kid die. The god views him in a very favorable light because he didn't go there asking for his help. He went there for 100 days to gain confidence. To give his crush his affection, and then immediately got rejected. So then we find out that he is reborn in the body of the girl on the top right.
Oh.
And so he's now in a girl's body, and he's like, oh shit, what do I do? Like, I gotta do this. And like, the girl on the top right is very good friends with the girl on the bottom right. They're good friends, so like, he's entangled in that. And then later on you find out that it's not that he got reborn in her body, it's that she was also going through some shit and wanted to like get a new life, because
so they swapped bodies.
They swapped bodies.
Oh, fuck.
He's just been in a coma for a while, and then halfway through the show he wakes up and they have to like shenanigans ensue for them to swap back, because the god can't do it himself because he's like, I'm limited, I'm not a very powerful god, no one comes to my shrine anymore. He's there to just be fun comic relief and like a good mentor. These 4 kids, incredible. I love this show. Is really fun. Find it on the internet.
Oh, you're not gonna tell me what happens?
I mean, do you want me to?
I mean, you can.
I mean, they end up switching back.
Okay.
And, like, the guy in the bottom left actually ends up falling because he's like, well, I really like him. I always really liked him. And then he just sort of figures out that he likes him. He wanted him back in his original body because it's like, not that I liked girls, I just really like him. And now they're in love, and then they got back together, and everything's great.
Cool, and the other girls are just the best gal pals ever still?
They're gal pals. I don't think that they're together in the end. I don't think so.
The best gal pals, the
they're
homies.
Just gal pals, but also they have to, like, reconnect because they were having, like, friendship issues.
Fair enough.
Yes.
But, like, it's really fun, and I really like this show, and I recommend it to everybody. Don't watch Kissable Lips. Watch this. It's a better gay.
All right. Our next one is Dr. Romantic.
Dr. Romantic. I guess the first question would be, is he an actual doctor or not?
I can give you the hint of yes.
Yes. Real doctor.
An actual doctor that is not traditionally romantic, then. Maybe he's, like, ironically a heart surgeon, but is so dedicated to the work. We're going with heart surgeon just for the irony of it, you know?
Okay.
Heart romance,
yes.
right? Yes. Ironically, not good with romance. I mean, granted, it kind of makes sense, but like, and then, you know, just like has a hard time with romance, and then eventually catches up with some sort of woman that just, or it could be a girl doctor, finds a man, and then just like, you know, and then it's just like, oh, maybe that other person's just asking them for help with romance, and then they're all like, well, shit, I gotta make some shit up, you know? So then they go along with that shit, and then they fall in love with the other person slowly over time. And,
I'm just gonna show you the poster, because I don't think the poster will change your opinion on it, because it's not giving a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
The poster is just that.
Like, serious doctor, but then...
This is a medical drama, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You asking the question, is it a real doctor, kind of puts you on that line. I just didn't want you to get too far away from that and then have to, like...
Go back into real doc. This is an actual doctor.
Yeah. But, like, who's our main person? Is it the woman or the man?
So, the Dr. Romantic in question is the older man. Yeah. And this drama uses the word romantic and not like a romantic love term. He uses it in like just a broader romantic, like almost life view that he has. Because this is not really a romance. The two,
yeah, that makes sense.
The younger guy and then the girl are in a weird romance thing. But it's not like the doctor, quote unquote, to titular Dr. Romantic is like helping that romance. That's just a side romance that's happening. It's really just about this guy. He's being a doctor and like his views on being a doctor and how it is quote unquote like romantic in some terms, in like some ways or whatever, by like saving people and what you learn through like experience and stuff like that.
That makes sense, kind of, yeah.
A lot of people were really upset with this because there wasn't enough quote unquote romance in it after having romantic in the title of the show.
I do
but
think
like
I will say that I think it is a bit of a bait and
make
switch.
It clear a little bit, but
like it could be Dr. something else. If you call it Dr. Romantic, it kind of.
I think that's kind of the point, though, is to be weirdly misleading about it in a way. But yeah. That is that
There's
one.
There's 3 seasons of this, by the way.
Seasons.
There's
Really?
going to be 3 seasons. There's 2 right now.
Yep.
Wow.
This is the last one of just titles, and this is City of Streamer.
Is it literal?
What do you mean by literal?
Is it actually about a streamer, or is it something else?
What kind of streamer do you mean? I'm being very obtuse. I'm sorry.
Is it someone who just streams across the stream, just gleefully? Across like the night sky? Look at the streamers I create, a flutter the night sky. Or is it like someone who like straight up
We're just gonna show you the poster.
Just show the poster. This is going 18 different directions. It's not about esports, if that's what you're asking.
Oh no, that is like 1920s era China.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, clearly those two got something going down. Because, like, why else would they be on the poster looking like it's like some, like, red, you know, like, in the mood for love shit, you know? Like, they got down bad. But, like, he looks like he's wearing a tweed suit. I get military vibes from him a little bit. So,
I mean,
like,
it is 1920s era China.
Yeah, I'm getting, like, I don't know. I'm getting military vibes. Like, something that I'm, like, I don't know. I guess they just like to stream across the city of, like, Shanghai or some shit. And they vibe. And they fall in love and shit. And then there's some political turbulence in the background. And then threatens the love. Yeah, that.
I mean, you did just describe the most generic Republican era Chinese drama imaginable, but like you're kind of right.
Okay.
So it is in Shanghai, by the way. You were
but
right
something
about
that proves that this is worse than the current government, because of course you can't make this government look good.
No, it actually has nothing to do with the government. It actually has to do mainly with the because it's right after the fall of the what's it called? Of the monarchy, essentially.
Yes,
but like before there is an established government, it's in that like period where there is like nothing except like warlords.
Yeah.
So it's like it's in that like gray area. And his family is extremely, extremely wealthy and like essentially a mob family. And she goes like it's like a revenge plot. Like she's going in there to like get some revenge as the family tutor. His tutor. But they're like very close in age anyway, but it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
But like his tutor. And like they do fall in love and everything else, but like there's also like he's like engaged to like this Japanese mob family. There's a lot going on. One of genuinely my favorite revenges happens in this show. So he's engaged to this Japanese girl, and they're a very traditional Japanese family, like all of that. And like they're trying to get in with Shanghai. She is crazy. His fiance is insane. She's obsessive. She's just kooky. She ends up killing her own brother.
Oh,
because the families are all trying to double cross each other, and his family wants to steal something from her family, so to help them, and no one knows this at the time, but she like kills her own brother to like help them out, but like he still doesn't want her. He's never liked her.
Yeah.
She just goes insane. But by the end of the show, she's actually left with like not like no leg, but like a limp leg. Like she cannot walk on her leg.
Oh, Jesus.
So, and without him. So, like, she's perfectly at the mercy of her family. And in the end, her mother, for revenge of killing her other son, like, just essentially kills her.
Wow.
To be tortured and murdered by, like, this guy to be, like, his multipleth wife, who, like, he's known to, like, abuse his wives and everything else. And, like, she's, like, so cold doing it. It's one of my favorite revenges in anything.
Wow,
in
the mom
shows.
just literally hands her daughter off to an abuser.
Essentially to another warlord, where it's like, you killed my son. You killed my son and you destroyed our family.
Wow.
You get nothing.
Wow.
And, like, she's so cold doing it, but you can tell.
But what about these two? What happens there?
They fall in love. Their family, like, he does end up joining the military, but it's in, like, the show's 40 episodes. He joins in, like, the 30s. Like, it's well beyond, like, the thing with long Chinese shows like this is, like, where they start and where they end, you've gone on a journey. But, like, yeah, no, it's one of my, I mainly just think because, like, that's one of my favorite revenge plots of any drama. I loved what happened there. It was so well done.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I really like this show. Highly recommend. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
All right.
Would recommend. Also, weirdly, they dance, but they ballroom dance in this show, and it's really good.
Okay.
For no reason, like, it's not a plot point. They just do it, and it's great, and I love it every time they do it. Would recommend. Highly recommend this show.
Nice.
All right, we're now on to round 3, which are going to be trailers for shows.
Ooh, let's go.
I will try to put the trailers in the YouTube episode if copyright allows me.
I don't think I gave you a trailer that you shouldn't be allowed to play.
Yeah,
except for
not,
maybe that one.
I might
maybe
have
mute the audio from the trailer then.
Yeah. But
Maria,
otherwise,
just,
I will probably have to cut
it,
stuff out of, like, the actual podcast
some of these trailers
episode
are long.
if there's just, like, nothing being said. So, we will see.
If you want to just say your thoughts out loud, Maria.
Yeah, just say
your
your thoughts out loud as the trailer goes, and that's
okay.
Fine. So this first one is called Not Me.
Okay, so we're at an art school. Let's say that art school, they're gonna do some rebel shit. There's a gun involved, so you know some gang shit's gonna go down.
It is what it is.
Okay, that guy was beat the fuck out. Okay, so that girl seems to be connected to some deep shit when the guy got beat up. Oh, they're trying to smoke gas some people out. So he's gonna get involved into some gang shit, and they're like, yo, here's how you fire a gun. You gotta get this fucker down. This one gets caught, basically. You know, starts beating people up with bats and shit. But he's like bonding with the gangsters. He's all like, oh, we're all friends and homies. Wow.
A lot of things are happening.
Okay, I'm getting romance between these two.
This also is the
so that's
longest
definitely
trailer
gonna
I put in
happen.
here. I'm
We're
sorry.
getting, like, a sharp turn in the trailer.
We're getting a lot of information.
Haters to want to fucking,
taking
you
a
know,
sharp
to now,
turn.
like, they hate each other, now they're just like, let's fuck. Let's be gay members and fuck.
The trailer does take a sharp turn.
The vibe
God.
is completely different now.
Hey, why not thrive?
The duality.
He's all like, fuck you, bitch, for fucking me over.
You have to show the duality of the drama. The duality.
I like
There
how,
we go.
Yes.
I've seen this show. This song
me.
is not in
Not
this
me.
show at all.
So yeah,
What is
basically
this
that's what I
trailer
thought
song?
it was. Oh yeah, actually I noticed that when they were standing there, it's like, ooh. Yeah, so one twin just fucks around and does some bad shit, and the other one probably just is on the path of doing bad shit, but then gets...
So one twin is in the gang and then gets beat up. So then his twin has to go in to figure out who beat him up and pretend to be him in the gang.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with Not Me. And so and so then obviously it's like him pretending to be his brother, but also figuring out the dynamics with a bunch of people that he does not know. And also this gang is not really they are an illegal gang, but they're not doing
like vigilante
typical
gang.
gang things. They're an anti-capitalist gang who are bringing down like corrupt businessmen. They're fuck
Nice.
Capitalism, the gang.
Interesting.
And that's really the plot. And then the twin that's pretending to be his
Yes.
brother falls
We gotta
in
get
love
the
with
romance
his
in there
brother's like
somehow.
main enemy in the gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, our next trailer is I am not a robot.
Well, someone's a robot, and this is Filipino.
It's dubbed into Tagalog for some reason.
Well, no, it's not Filipino. It is just we did not want to get
The subtitles in there.
because all the ones we could find had the trailers on the screen. So it's just if you want to know, it is originally Korean.
Oh, the guy had a big reaction, was gonna rage, but like he totally had to inject medicine to calm him down. Oh, so this one runs scams, so then she fucks the guy over. But she's all like, oh, he's actually cute though. Okay, so someone makes a robot, and it's probably the girl. This is interesting. He's all like, yo, what the hell is this? Robot creeping me the fuck out. And then some more comedy, hilarity ensures. And now there's your traditional Korean house that looks like it was from the 1950s. And she's like, holy shit, it's a robot. I'm also not a robot. I'm gonna pretend to be a robot.
It is really throwing me off.
The other thing with it being dubbed in Tagalog, Maria, if you know, there's a lot of English. It really
this is just in English now for some reason.
And you think so? The guy who orders a robot thinks he's falling in love with a robot, but it's
essentially that is the plot. But also, would you like to know why this really is able to work? It's the creepiest thing I've ever seen. So that mad scientist you saw that made the robot to look like his ex-girlfriend, which is the girl that was
that's
like
not
the,
weird at all.
Like messenger, because that's not creepy at all.
That's creepy.
That's also not.
That's very totally creepy.
At all.
Yeah, really weird.
It looks identical to her. Very weird.
So this one is Intense Love. And yes,
a
this
Chinese
is
drama. Okay, so there's a rich bitch who thinks she's a shit. I'm a princess. I wear a crown. Move away. I'm a snob. Also, I got beat up and I have health problems now. Probably gonna die or some shit. And then it involves this dude that's a nice doctor. And then doctor comes up on her and it's all like, But it's a dream. It's like, fuck that doctor. Tries to interact with the doctor more because she thinks he's cute or some shit. But the doctor totally decides to play Nintendo Switch with her eventually. And go to theme parks with her. And blow some bubbles. I don't know, probably coffee beans.
What is in
it looked like beans
container?
Or something.
But they were found together and taking pictures of. Because she's famous. You know? And then he's all like, oh shit, I'm getting unwanted attention I wanted. And she's all like, come on, dude, I loved you. And then someone throws water at her.
This is another trailer that also took like a sharp turn in the middle of the trailer.
I think most trailers do.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, I'm out in the countryside helping the homies.
Oh my gosh.
But you still love me.
What do you think the main conflict here is?
Let's get married. Doctor didn't treat her well initially, and now she's all like, I want to get the doctor.
So this
lady's just showing off her ball on the floor.
You're giving this show more conflict than it has. This is one of the conflict-free shows I've ever seen. So essentially, they meet. They have this weird connection. He is a doctor, she's an actress. She's not that snobby, actually. She's actually kind of nice. And their parents have...
Even though she roll up in a princess hat
That's
thing?
all for a shoot. That's the the shoot is, like, she needs the crown for that. Like, she doesn't actually... She's actually very nice. What else is there?
Okay.
She ends up, like, bumping her head, which is where they meet, and they kind of, like... fall in love, and then they realize that their parents have arranged for them to be in an arranged marriage, but they're already in love, and that's not a problem. And then, like, there's, like, just the minor conflicts of, like, oh yeah, someone found out that, like, there's, like, minor things with her acting. It's never a problem that, like, they're together. It's, like, someone tried to sabotage her acting or make her seem like a bitch, but it's not true, and that gets resolved. Like, there's very little conflict in this show. They're kind of just happy and in love the whole time.
Nice. Well, that's nice.
It's a very sweet show, cute. Man. You gave it more conflict than it had.
Well,
you expect that though out of like Asian dramas. Normally there's tons of conflict. Yes.
That's why I threw this one in there. I just wanted it to be
nice and fun,
little surprise.
All right, this next one is, if I can actually get it to work, 3 will be free.
This one does have a lot of
another
conflict
Thai drama.
This one does have a lot of conflict in it. Spoilers.
Okay, well these 3 were involved in some fucked up shit where someone died.
Okay.
Clearly, I think. And it involves strip clubs. She's a stripper pole dancer.
One would call that a stripper.
And yet steals money, too. He's like, I totally saw you stealing the money. She's like, yeah, why do you give a fuck? See, we got some Thai drag queens in the mix, because, why not? Some of them are going the whole, like, Magic Mike route. And one of them's pretty much it sounds like a rich mobster boy I'm getting vibes from.
Uh-huh.
And yet somehow all three of these home bitches meet up together and get involved in some fucked up shit. And now they gotta run around and try to, save themselves, Okay, dad's mad that son's, like, caught up with these bitches and there's gonna be some conflict. Ooh, rock music. Yeah, so, like, they're basically running off and hiding in the woods, it sounds like. Trying to hide away from all this bullshit. We got some more people involved. Running around hiding. People are making out with each other. Maybe two of the three of those people may be in love. Probably make out with each other. The jazz. Oh, someone's making out with a guy.
There are just a lot of things happening in this trailer.
There's a lot.
Like
a lot of things happening. Some fucked up shit's happening.
Some very long. I picked some long.
Some crazy, in-depth, probably drug club trailer shit's gonna happen, and someone's gonna fuck around and get found out.
And
that's what's happening
I really
here.
feel like a lot of these shows are fuck around and find. I think that's the
find out.
Let's be honest here.
But this one really is the truest essence, because we got strip clubs, we got guns, we got mobsters. We got strippers.
This is another show I highly recommend to everyone. Honestly, Maria,
we got probably trans men shooting off guns.
Honestly,
in here. I mean trans women. Sorry.
Also, Maria, I genuinely think you'd like this show.
You think I will like this show?
I think this show is very fun. Also,
all right, maybe a threesome. Who knows?
I was hoping you'd get
there. That's the big takeaway of that trailer.
It's a throuple. It's a throuple. At the end game,
it's a throuple.
It's not a threesome. It's a full.
Really?
Throuple. Love that.
Really?
Yeah. So you are mostly right. So the main conflict is that Mob Guy is guy with the glasses is dad. The girl is not a full stripper. She's a hostess. The guy is actually a stripper. The guy.
Well, the other guy is.
The guy with the gun here is actually a stripper.
Of course.
So essentially, the guy with the gun is having an affair with so you know how the guy with the glasses, his dad's a mobster? His wife, who is not guy with the glasses' his mom. It's like another wife. It's his second wife.
Okay.
But they're having an affair. And then the mobster finds out and wants to kill him because don't sleep with my wife.
Of course.
It's kind of not a good idea to sleep with a mob boss's wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
one does not recommend that.
Recommend.
But then, so the three of them like happenstance to be in the same bathroom where he's gonna where they're trying to get him murdered, and then they kill the mobster's goon that comes in. So now they're on the run.
It's very much giving like Triple H, like 365 Fresh. It's giving that.
If you watch the 365 Fresh video and we're like, I want to watch more,
watch this show.
Will be free on YouTube. I recommend.
And then eventually they become a throuple.
Instead of Hyun and Dawn, it ends in a full throuple.
And then it ends in a full throuple. It's a good show.
Well,
I recommend it.
And then what about the people on the bottom?
The people on the bottom,
various mob people,
various goons. So the trans woman that you were talking about is actually the girlfriend of the guy that got murdered. So she's out for like her own revenge, where she's like, I gotta hunt. Like she's like hunting them down in like the third side plot. It's like cops, mob, her, whole thing. And plus the fact that they have to contend with the fact that the guy with the glasses is the mob guy's son. So like other people just want him dead for other reasons. Other mob people. It's a lie. The show is a lie.
Because it's a mob guy's son, so they're just like, well, we can fuck with him
and they can find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 Or all three of them could just fuck around and just become a throuple.
Thruples. Thruples.
Jeez.
All right.
I recommend this show greatly.
Next one is Well-Intended Love.
Okay, we're in a basic office. He's wealthy. He's doing well. Blah, blah, blah. There's a woman client that they're looking at. She's giving the T-pose in the middle of the road. But the vital organs are like off. Something's up, you know? There's some problem happening.
All right,
there.
so Maria, for this one, I have to sort of set you up a little bit. I want you to watch this, then I'm going to set you up with a situation because you don't get it from the trailer, especially with no subtitles.
Okay. And then somehow these two end up together as a fake couple vibe, probably.
So this is the setup for the show. So she has cancer. She needs bone marrow. A bone marrow transplant. He is a match. So she goes to him and is like, hey, let's do this up. And so he gets her to essentially be in a contract marriage because he needs, like, somebody to, like, be on his arm. So, like, they're now in a fake relationship for X amount of time. So she will be in the contract marriage. There is one major secret here. Can you guess the liar reveal? Because they fall in love. What is the...
Does she not have cancer?
Ding, 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 ding. He's in love with her and fakes her cancer results. She doesn't have cancer, and he faked it.
That's fucked.
Wait, why though?
Because he set this all up so she would come to him for help, and then he could, like, persuade her, like...
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
What?
Yeah!
Dude.
Yeah! The show is so good up until that point.
And then you're just like, God fucking damn it.
Damn.
The show is, like, they actually did a season 2 to this where it's, like, it's the same couple, just it's not cancer. I think it's that, like, what's the thing with it? I think it's, like, she's an actress, she's a C-list actress, and he's the president of a company, and they just sort of happen to get caught by paparazzi together, so then they have to now pretend to be a couple. And, like, that's where they enter the contract marriage. They're playing different but it's like, it's the same setup, it's the same actors, just a little different setup that doesn't involve cancer. That second season I like more than the one where they where they, again, have a girl pretend to...
Fake
she
cancer,
doesn't have cancer.
That's bad.
But she thinks she got
that's
cancer.
why she agrees to the contract marriage, because she needs his bone marrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucked.
And the reason, like, he wants to...
So why do you choose her to lie about the fact that she had cancer?
I forget the specifics, but I think it's because he thinks he likes... Because she is an actress in this anyway, I believe. So it's just... He likes her. He thinks she's pretty. I don't remember the specifics, but it's fucked.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Like, it's not a misunderstanding. He's kind of evil.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah.
Not well
intended,
I would
Oh,
say.
they end up together. She forgives that.
Exactly. He gets away with
it. He gets rewarded because he gets the girl.
Damn.
Season 2 better because she's not... It's a different type of liar reveal. But yeah, that's why I put this one in there. It's awful.
Yeah.
But, like, the show was really good, except for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, this is
next one. This is called The Shipper.
The Shipper.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Maria. It's convoluted.
We got men fighting, girls
typing,
messaging, but they're imagining that these boys love each other. They're shipping real life people in real life. They are those simps in anime. They're writing fan fiction about people they know in school. Mm-hmm. So it's like they're probably imagining a shipping thing of two of these guys being in love, but then they actually interact with them. She got some really frizzy ass hair. Damn.
That's that girl's natural hair, by the way. Like, that is just her hair.
Really?
Yeah. At least from...
And then they die.
Most of what I've seen.
Well, she dies, but she's alive. Oh, he's... They switch bodies, goddammit. Wait, what? Is that the same actor person from the other show?
Yes, there is.
Oh, they switched bodies? Is that what happened? Well, that's close. Close talking person. Okay, so now the person who switched into the other body now falls in love with the dude?
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on.
So now it's turned to a guy romance, but it's actually the girl.
There's a lot going on in this trailer. There's a lot going on generally in this show, Kayla. I've described this show to you.
Yeah, so the guy and the girl switch bodies, and then the girl falls in love with the guy in the guy's body.
You're getting there. It's more convoluted than
But
that.
yeah, it's pretty close.
Of course.
Also,
given just the trailer.
Give more convoluted. Add convolutedness. There's the joke.
Girl switch bodies with the guy's concerned that she sees penis.
Look, it's more convoluted than you think it is. So, those two do switch bodies. However, essentially, the guy's soul in her body actually died. From the point that he dies, his soul never returns to the show. He's dead, but she wants to get back in her body. So, the guy that gets swapped body, his brother is the guy that's on the right pinching her cheeks. So, her and his body, she wants to get her ship together, essentially. So, but also at the same time, she's falling in love with her best friend, which is the guy on the right, in his brother's body. Like I said, add convolutedness. That's why I said add convoluted. So that's happening. Also, she's breaking up the relationship that the guy that she switched, like the ship she's trying to make, one of them has a girlfriend. She's also got to break that relationship up. That also happens. But within that show, she falls in love with her best friend in his brother's body, which is weird.
Very
that's
weird.
A weird bit. That's very weird. But they do fall in love. But she also gets the guy that she ships, the guy whose body she's in with, to realize that he was in love with that guy. That guy is dead. That guy has been dead this whole time. He confesses his feelings to that guy. He gets heartbroken because the guy ends up dead anyway. He is mourning a relationship that he thinks existed that did not exist because the entire time he was dead. He was already dead. She fucked up this dude.
It's so much.
She gave this guy so much drama that his first love is dead.
Much.
He's been dead.
Wow.
Yeah, and then gets with his brother.
Very weird.
Very weird.
But she gets back to her own body.
When she gets back to her own body, eventually she does get with his brother. But still, it's weird. It's very weird.
Yes.
So that's what the shipper's about.
Yep. This is our last one of the game. What is the name of this?
I will tell you this.
Damn, these Thai shows back to back.
I will tell you this, Maria. I watched this show, which is why the specifics of this one might not be fully there. This is the first Thai show I ever watched. It was recommended to me on a whim on YouTube.
The first you ever watched.
It's the first one I ever watched. And legitimately, just play it.
Oh god, we got spousal abuse. Someone being burned. Kind of looks like BP. Takes the scarf back from the lady. It's gonna fuck some shit up in the workplace. Okay, men try to make out with her and she's like, no bitch.
Oh boy.
But there's definitely some drama and questionable things going on in this industry that she's in. The pictures and cameras and shit.
This trailer moves so quickly.
It's a lot happening.
Oh, she beating up bitches. There's two of them though.
They're not twins.
She got an evil twin. Oh, they're not twins, but there's someone that looks like her. But there's a guy. So was she the guy beforehand and then became the girl? Is now fucking shit up and other men are beating each other up.
So what do you think happened here?
Feel like girl chick that was beating bitches up was a dude and then transformed to the woman. Probably for revenge reasons.
Okay. You are correct, but it gets more fucked up than that. So, mind you, I watched this at like 2 a.m.
Well, that makes sense.
This was the first. It was recommended to me randomly on YouTube, and then you just when a show starts like this, you kind of got to keep watching. So it's not. She didn't transform for revenge reasons. She's just a trans woman, and
trans woman.
Yes,
but
even from childhood, she was a trans woman. But the father, that domestic abuse scene you saw was baby trans woman and her mother being very abused because the father is also very homophobic and just an asshole. So they flee to England, where she transitions fully as an adult. And like after her transition, her mother gets in like she's on the phone with the father who finally found them. Like and gets into like a horrific car accident where the mom dies. And then this causes the girl to go back to Thailand to just fuck up that family. And that family is mainly just her dad, who she wants to, like, thing, and, like, her dad's sister, who were also terrible to her as a child. However, the only person she did like was her uncle. They call it an uncle-in-law just because it would be weird if they didn't, like, put a little bit more distance there, because she ends up fucking the uncle.
So uncle by marriage.
Uncle by marriage, but she ends up falling for that uncle, who, again...
Of course she does.
Yes. And, like, they start a relationship, but he doesn't know who she is. Like, he's just like, oh, it's this woman. I am cheating on my wife at this point. That's bad. But, like, doesn't know it's his niece by marriage.
Yeah.
And then...
Or niece that used to be a boy, now is a woman.
Yes, but, like, it's your niece is, like, the worst bit. And then, like, it just starts to, like, shit gets fucked up. And, like, everybody wants to, like, including her dad thinks she's high, but, like, he doesn't know it's his daughter. And, like, shit goes wild. The end of the show, one of the last episodes include, like, her holding a full fucking butcher knife to her neck. Because she's like, I fucked things so bad, but also the fact that throughout this entire show, never dealt with any trauma. Not a transition all around, not a psychologist in sight.
Oh boy.
Wow.
A lot happens.
A lot.
That show, wild. Can you imagine watching that show at like 2 a.m.?
2 a.m., yeah. It's a lot.
Having never watched a Thai show before, wilder. What a show, man. Yeah. YouTube algorithm. What were you thinking?
Goddamn.
Why that? I mean, I ended up watching the whole thing. Like, it wasn't wrong, but why?
But why?
So that's The Fallen Leaf, the first Thai drama Sammy ever watched. Yes. Really sets the tone.
And that is all of our shows we had for you.
How did you feel about this little experiment? How do you think you did? I think you did very well.
Well, not that
I think
well.
You did pretty good.
But,
you did very well.
Yeah.
For the information we gave you,
I think you did really good.
There's things on here that, like, you can't guess.
Yeah.
You inferred a lot.
It was very good.
All I know is that a lot of these people must smoke some crack before they write some of these shows.
The Thai ones, wild.
The Thai
shows are wild.
That's why I leaned into the Thai ones, because, like, if we want to go off the rails...
God. Well, like, why, though?
Who's to say,
Why so wild?
Honestly, there's some of these that I think are very good, and, like, they're very unique. Like,
it's like, did they fight each other to be the most ridiculous show ever?
Absolutely.
They do.
Look, the thing with K-dramas is that there's, like, the minimum 15 K-dramas and countless more Thai and Chinese dramas airing at the same time. If you want someone to watch it, you gotta make it. You gotta make something interesting about it. Whether it be a throuple, whether it be, you know, whatever the fuck was going on in the shipper, you gotta make something memorable. The show's all kind of... There's a lot of shows fighting for attention.
Jeez.
But yes.
Crazy shit.
Wild.
Mind's
Crazy
blown.
Stuff.
But that was unique.
Any of these that
cool.
you consider watching?
Well, I wrote down the 3 will be free in the city of the streamer. What was the one with the dude in the caravan?
That's Cherry Blossoms After Winter.
Okay, and what was the other one you recommended?
Oh gosh.
Which one did I just recommend? I recommend a lot of things on this list.
You did.
Favoritism of the Gods. I recommend that one.
Yes.
The internet's a place.
The internet
Google's
is a place.
A very nice help.
Yeah, I'm just writing these down, so... Cool.
Yeah.
So eventually I can watch something.
Yeah.
Use the internet and
you know what? Honestly speaking, Penthouse 1, very good. Stop after Penthouse 2. Immediately.
Do not go into Penthouse 3. Absolutely
do not
go into Penthouse 3.
Watch Penthouse 1.
Yeah, I have learned not to touch Penthouse 3 and just ignore it.
You will have a full story in Penthouse 1 and 2.
Yes.
It's a complete story. You do not need a 3rd season. There are very few unanswered questions.
Yes.
And the answers you get in the 3rd season,
they don't make any
good.
sense. So just stop after 2.
Damn.
Only more questions come.
So why'd they go for 3 seasons?
Money. It was very popular.
So popular.
Oh.
We watched that season as
I hated it. It was a bad time.
It was a bad time. We were watching that same time as Imitation. Also
a
bad time.
really bad time.
Jeez.
But anyway.
But that's been Maria Justice K-drama
Yes,
plot.
yes.
Really Asian
Yeah,
drama
somehow I didn't do
You did
terribly.
great.
Which is
I think
amazing.
you did very good.
So we're not gonna have an episode next week. There's
No.
gonna be a break. We're gonna release our nominations for our year-end awards next week, though. So those will be on the YouTube channel.
Stick
And that'll
around.
be fun. But we will not have an actual podcast episode next week, as a heads up to everybody. But otherwise, we are available on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we also have a YouTube channel. That is where all our award nominations will be going up. They won't be going up to the podcast feed, so if you're interested in seeing that, go check out our YouTube channel for that. And with that, we will see you guys in the next episode in 2 more weeks, I guess. Bye.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye.